Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balaba Girivanidhari Gopi Jana Balaba Girivanidhari Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balaba Girivanidhari Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoyanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Variegatedness Astottara Srimad ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Ganga Maya Ki Yamuna Maya Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Gaur Kripanidhi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Guranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Jaivim Saraswatim Vyasa Tato Jayamudirayet Nasta Preshu Abadishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavajina Ishtiki. Reading from text 36, chapter 10, canto 2 of Srimad Bhagavat Purana. Vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ. Bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ. Vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ. Vācya-vācakatayā bhagavān brahma-rūpa-dhṛk nāma-rūpa-kriyā dhatte sakarmākarmakaḥ paraḥ. Anyone else? Saha, he. Vācya, by his forms and activities. Vācya-katayā, by his transcendental qualities and entourage. Bhagavān, the personality of Godhead. Brahma, absolute. Rūpa-dhṛk, by accepting visible forms. Nāma, name. Rūpa, form. Kriyā, pastimes. Dhatte, accepts. Sakarmākarmakaḥ, engaged in work. Akarmakaḥ, without being affected. Paraḥ, transcendental. Transcendence. He, the personality of Godhead, manifests himself in a transcendental form, being the subject of his transcendental name, quality, pastimes, entourage, and transcendental variegatedness. Although he is unaffected by all such activities, he appears to be so engaged. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. First we can repeat the translation and then I'll read the purport. He, the personality of Godhead, manifests himself in a transcendental form, being the subject of his transcendental name, quality, pastimes, entourage, and transcendental variegatedness. Although he is unaffected by all such activities, he appears to be so engaged. Whenever there is a need of material creation, the transcendental personality of Godhead accepts forms in the material world for creation, maintenance, and destruction. One should be intelligent enough to know his activities in truth and not be biased to conclude that he descends to the material world by accepting a form created by material nature. Any form accepted from the material nature has its affection for everything done in the material world. A conditioned soul who accepts a material form for undergoing a certain term of material activities is subjected to the laws of matter. But here in this verse, it is clearly stated that although the forms and activities of the Lord appear to be the same as those of a conditioned soul, they are supernatural and impossible for the conditioned soul. He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always unaffected by such activities. In the Bhagavad-gītā 4:14, the Lord says, Namam karmani lipanti, name karma phale spriha, iti mam yo bijanati karma bir nasa badhyate. The Lord is never affected by the activities which he apparently performs by his different incarnations and personalities. nor does he have any desire to achieve success by fruitive activities. The Lord is full by his different potencies of wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. And thus he has no reason for physical exertion like the conditioned soul. Therefore, an intelligent person who can distinguish between the transcendental activities of the Lord and the activities of the conditioned souls is also not bound by the reactions of activities. The Lord is Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. As Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva conducts the three modes of material nature. From Vishnu is born Brahma, and from Brahma is born Lord Shiva. Sometimes Brahma is a separated part of Vishnu, and sometimes Brahma is Vishnu himself. Thus Brahma creates the different species of life all over the universe, which means that the Lord creates the whole manifestation either by himself or through the agency of his authorized deputies. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Gana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangor Langayati Giri Yatkrita Padahan Bande Shri Guru Ninatarina. So, here, Sukadeva Goswami is describing the omnipotent Lord, the all-powerful Lord, who is transcendental to this material world. Maya dyakshena prakriti suyuche sacharacharam hetunanena kontaya. The Lord says that the entire material world, with all its planets and universes, the unlimited galaxies in which we find ourselves in one such universe, it is all under his direction, akshena, under his superintendence. And all the living entities are conditioned, as it is described here. They are forced to take birth in this material world. Brahmanda Brahmate Kona Bhagavān Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade. So the living entity, Purusho Prakriti Stohi Bhunkti Prakriti Sadgunan Karanam Guna Sangosha. That the living entity is going through many, many species of life. Sometimes he's in the higher planets, Svargalok, Tapalok, Jnanalok, all the various higher planets. And sometimes he's in the middle planets, Shine Punya Marchalokam Vishanti, after using up all his pious activities or his practices of yoga and so on, he falls from the Svargaloka, the heavenly planets, takes birth in Marchaloka, that is the Bhumandala, this area where the sun's rays extend. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka. And sometimes the living entity transports himself due to his desires down into the lower planets, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, lower planets. However, Krishna, out of his compassion, appears again and again and again. Nanavataram akarod bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam bhavato sabhava Purusho Purana. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna Sambhavat Paramapumanyo Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Lord Brahma himself is offering these prayers that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, from whom so many avatars are emanating from his body, different types of avatars, Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Lila avatars, various avatars, Ramadi Mutishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kintu. Krishna Swayam Samabhavat. So Lord Krishna is independent. Although all these different creatures come from him, his Vishnu Tattva avatars come from him, he remains independent from this. He is actually engaged in Goloka Vrindavan in wonderful transcendental pastimes and activities, and devotees of the Lord are always glorifying him, his beautiful form, as Rupa Goswami describes, that Krishna has 4 features that even Lord Vishnu doesn't have. Extraordinary pastimes with loving pastimes with his devotees, exquisite beauty, always accompanied by his transcendental flute, as he plays the flute, and one more. Did I say, yeah, extraordinary pastimes, exquisite beauty, always seen with his flute, surrounded by his wonderful loving devotees. So this is Krishna, and he appears on this planet and in other planets. These pastimes are going on continually, just like the sun is rising somewhere and setting somewhere. So Lord Krishna is appearing, a Jopi son Avyatma, although he's unborn, he's appearing again and again to deliver the souls, to establish religious principles. What is the goal of human life? To attract the living entities, his parts and parcels, to pure devotional service. Savai pum samparo dharmo yato bhaktira dokshaje ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati. That the living entities can only be satisfied when, first of all, they take shelter of a spiritual master, who is a bona fide spiritual master, and by the grace of the spiritual master, they start understanding. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti. That for when the heart, Chaita Guru, hidden Guru, Lord Paramatma, Lord Vishnu, enlightens the sincere devotee who is trying to please the great acharyas. This is the process. So, Prabhupada says here, a conditioned soul who accepts a material form for undergoing a certain term of material activities is subjected to the laws of matter. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Daivihiyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Tribir Gunamayir Bhavir Evi Sarvamidam Jagat. Mohitam Nabijanati. Krishna says the conditioned souls are bewildered by his external potency. Shrimati Parvati, Maya Devi, the wife of Lord Shiva. She has been assigned by Lord Krishna to keep us in illusion because we have a desire to enjoy in the position of the supreme enjoyer. There's no way, no possibility for the living entity to enjoy in this material world. It's simply a forest of material enjoyment. Described by Jadabhara to Maharaj Rahugana in the 5th canto. He describes how the living entity is surrounding himself by relatives, friends. He wants some high position in the world. He's trying to enjoy in so many ways. But Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gītā, Lobha pravitam arambha karmana ashamas priha rajani itani jayante vivide bharatarshaba. That the living entity influenced by the mode of passion is overwhelmed by greed and over-endeavor to acquire material things, material properties, bank balance, position, social position, beautiful house, beautiful children, on and on. He's aspiring so hard. Pravitim, arambha, working so hard because he's influenced by the mode of passion, and he thinks, ahankara vimudama, he thinks, I am the doer. Pumso striyo maitani bhavametam tayor eva hridaya granti mahu. And the knot in the heart gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Atogriha shetra sutapta viter. Oh, these are my children. These are my friends. These are my grandchildren. These are my... In this way, janasya moho yam aham mameti. Completely bewildered by Krishna's external energy. Completely bewildered. And he's thinking, who is God? I am God. Ishvaraham maham bhogi. Thinking, idam adya, I will accumulate so much money, so much wealth. This is my nation. I'm the father of this nation. Unfortunately, although Mahatma Gandhi was trying to serve his nation, he got killed by his own man, a Hindu man, assassinated him. This is the unfortunate situation of the fallen, conditioned souls. My nation, my society, friendship, love, all a grand illusion. So Krishna is begging. He's coming here. Out of his compassion, he comes to this world. He manifests in so many different avatars. Kurma avatar, even as a fish, a tortoise, a horse, Hayagriva. So many different avatars. He comes also as a king, and he preaches the philosophy, how to get out of this material world. That is his main objective. Out of compassion, he comes to this world and teaches us. Although he's always in the world. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagyata vyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani maitesha ataparam. That although he is spread everywhere, in every atom, between every atom, he is a Supreme Lord situated in our hearts, right? Sarvasichaham ridishani vishto. That he is within our hearts, he's everywhere, and still he says, yet, pasyame yoga maishwaram, just see my mystic power, bhuta brin, nacha bhuta sto. Although I'm everywhere, at the same time, I am beyond this material world. How is that possible? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us, achintya beda abeda tattvam. Simultaneously, one, Krishna is here and not here. Tade aijati not tadnaijati. Taddure tadvantike. He's very close, and he's at the same time he's very far. He walks and he doesn't walk. His arms are everywhere, at the same time he is in Goloka Vrindavan. So namam karmani limpanti name karma phales priya. Iti mam yo bijanati karma bir nasa badyate. In this verse, in the 4th chapter, the Lord says that he's never affected by the activities which he's performing. He doesn't have any karmic reaction as he appears in his various incarnations and personalities. nor does he have any desire to achieve success by fruitive activities. He is full in all opulences. Aishvaryasya shamagrasya. He is full of wealth. He's full of strength. He's the strongest. He's the wealthiest. He's the most famous, most beautiful. And he is full of knowledge. And at the same time, he is the most renounced. Therefore, an intelligent person who can distinguish between the transcendental activities of the Lord and activities of the conditioned soul. So, I believe 15th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna tells Arjuna, Dvo imo purusho loke sharam aksham evacha sharam sarvani bhutani kushtashto sharam uchyate. There are two types of living entities that find themselves emanating from Krishna. Sharam and aksharam. One is conditioned by the material modes of nature, that's us. And aksharam, those who are not conditioned, who are nityasiddha, or in the spiritual state of transcendence. Then he says, Uttama purushatvanye paramatmeti udaritaha yoloko trayam avisha vivarti avyaya ishvaraha. He says, above the conditioned soul and even the transcendental souls, the souls who are transcendental, mamchayo vyabhicharana bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Many souls are transcendental to the modes of nature. They're fully transcendental by engaging in pure devotional service with any subtle or gross motive. No desire for fame or name, high position. None of this. No desire for any fruitive enjoyment. These are transcendentalists. So Krishna says, I'm above these. Yoloko trayam avisha. I am maintaining all these planets, all these creatures, all these beings. Nityo nityanam chaitanas chaitananam. Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. That Krishna is the one, eternal, who is supporting all the other unlimited trillions, zillions, incalculable living entities. He's maintaining and sustaining us all. Therefore, the devotee sees that Krishna, you're my master, my friend, and my protector. He tells Arjuna, because you're my devotee and my friend, Cetasa sarvakarmini mahi sannyasima. You give up everything to me. You surrender everything to me. Surrender unconditionally. Then I become your friend. He broke his vows and he fought against Bhishmadev. He cheated the Kauravas. He cheated Gandhari. He told Duryodhana to take off the protection so that he could be killed. Gandhari had given Duryodhana some protection, and Krishna said, you shouldn't take your loincloth off, in front of your mother. So Gandhari was so powerful that she protected Duryodhana's entire body except for his thigh area. So we know that Bhima came and with his club destroyed him by beating his thigh. So Krishna is of gambling, I'm the greatest of cheats. Krishna is also cheating in so many ways for his loving devotees. Bhakta Vatsalya, for his loving devotees, he'll do anything. Therefore he says, Arjuna, you declare it boldly. That my devotee will never perish. Because if I declare it, I might cheat and break my promise. In this way, Krishna is our protector, our master, and our friend. And but gradually, slowly but surely, we come to the platform of always glorifying his qualities, his pastimes. Krishna, his most intimate pastimes are being revealed to us in Kali Yuga. That the great sages, they also were praying, many sages were praying that they could take birth in the age of Kali. In the age of Kali, the process for self-realization, for developing pure devotional service is very easy. Kali Kalera, nāma-rūpa Krishna avatar, namahoite hoy sarva jagat nishtar, Kali Kalera dharm harinam sankirtan, Krishna shakti vinanai tara pravartan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, he has appeared with his associates, Sangopangastra Parshadam, and he is popularizing this yajna, Sankirtan yajna, yajna sankirtane prair, yajantihi sumeda shah. He is spreading the Sankirtan movement, this performance of yajnas, the Sankirtan yajna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, throughout the entire universe. He's known as Vishvambar, Lord of the universe. So we're so fortunate that here we are in Sri Mayapur. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he appears as a devotee. So he's revealing to us, he was speaking with Rupa Goswami, who he empowered. And Rupa Goswami wrote so many beautiful dramas and beautiful literatures. Nana Shastra Vichara Naikanikupano Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Saranya Karo. That the 6 Goswamis were empowered by Gauranga Mahaprabhu to enrich the teachings of Veda Vyas and Sukadev Goswami. They were empowered to actually write literatures on the essence of all activities. The essence of all activities. Dharma swanustita pumsham. The essence of all activities is to serve the Lord with his mind, with his words. Iha yasya harir dasya karmana manasa gira. With our mind, body, and words, we're always meant to serve Lord Krishna. Manmana bhavamad bhakto. Become my devotee, think of me. How do we think of him? Here it says, transcendental name, qualities. Krishna has 64 qualities which are deeper than an ocean. He's a wonderful linguist. He's very humorous. He's very karuna, very merciful. He's very compassionate. Many qualities. These are being described by the Rupa Goswami, who was empowered by the Lord to write these beautiful transcendental activities of Krishna. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu, in this age, he gives it freely. Mahavananyaya, he's so compassionate. He's giving here, taste the nectar of love of God. Here, just take it. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Within the name, all the wonderful pastimes of the Lord are present. And the 6 Goswamis are empowered to describe to us and throw us in this ocean of bhakti rasa amrita, the ocean of the nectar of devotion, which will satisfy us. That Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would go into trance. One time he was walking by the ocean, and the beautiful full moon was reflecting its rays on the ocean in Jagannath Puri. And he ran into the ocean at the speed of the mind. And he was totally in his internal consciousness. He was floating in this ocean. And all the devotees couldn't find him. Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Roy, Haridas Thakur, all his associates who were there with him, in Puri, Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Brahmananda Puri, all these sannyasis. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu was floating in the ocean for the whole night. And next morning, a fisherman had pulled him out of the ocean. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starts describing the wonderful pastimes of Krishna and the gopis in the Yamuna River. How he's having sporting water fights with the gopis. This is the essence of all revealed scriptures, is the conjugal affection that Lord Krishna and the gopis are experiencing in Vrindavan. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu was in such ecstasy, he didn't know if it was day or night. He didn't know even who he was. So many times he'd go into the Jagannath temple here in Jagannath Puri, and tears would come from his eyes as he observed Lord Jagannath. During the Rath Yatra festival, he was dancing in ecstasy in the mood of the Radharani in front of Lord Jagannath. And Lord Jagannath was reciprocating with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So we are so fortunate that we are participating in the Lord's pastimes here in Kali Yuga. We are so fortunate. And gradually, Teshami Vanukapartam Ahama Jnana Jamtamaha Tesham Atmabhavastu Jnana Deepena Bashpata. That this light, this lamp of, effulgent lamp of realizations of the Lord's transcendental activities and pastimes are being revealed to us from within our hearts as we continue to follow strictly in the footsteps of the great acharyas and engage in devotional service in the association of devotees. Utsahan nischayat dharyat tat karma pavartanat. We have to maintain enthusiasm in serving the Lord, patience, be very patient, and be careful of the different pitfalls in devotional service, overeating, or eating food stuff that hasn't been offered to Krishna, atyahara, wanting or collecting or desiring too many material possessions. This is one of the pitfalls, one of the obstacles, atyahara. And then, of course, there's prajalpa. Bhaktisiddhanta said that if they burnt all the literatures, there would be no loss to the world. If they burnt all the newspapers, the only good news is the Srimad Bhagavatam, Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam, the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures, the Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma projita kaitravotra paramoni matsaranam safram, Vedyam Vastram Atrushivadam Tapun Trayan Mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Para Ishvaraha. Sadi Ridi Avarujite Tar Kritibi Shuchushari Dakshanat. That this Srimad Bhagavatam is completely rejecting all the cheating religions, cheating philosophies. Srila Prabhupada was speaking with Shyama Sundar, all the various foolish speculative philosophers, empiricism, existentialism, Darwin's theory of evolution. And Prabhupada was destroying all these various philosophies. Marxism, ism, all these isms, upadis, all these foolish ideas. I'm a communist, I'm an existentialist, I'm an empiricist, I'm a utilitarian. Western philosophers. Some of them had some trace of truth, like Socrates, but nothing is compared to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the descriptions of the transcendental Lord. these foolish philosophers are simply misguiding people. As Krishna says, namam duskritina mudha prapadyante naradama mayaya aparita jnana, that their intellect is stolen by illusion. They're simply preoccupied with matter and the laws that govern matter. Molecules, atoms, laws of physics, chemicals being manipulated by laws of physics and so on. Minds are so absorbed. Bahir artamanina na te vidu. Prahlad Maharaj tells his father. His father's sitting there, the big demon, Hiranyakashipu. He terrorized the entire universe, not just this planet. He terrorized the entire universe. The demigods were hiding. He was so demonic. So he was able to stop all performances of yagya. He burnt down villages where people worship God. He destroyed the ashrams of the rishis. He was such a demon trying to kill Vishnu. Can't kill Vishnu. So namam duskritina mudha padinte naradama mayaya aparita. The world is overrun by duskritinas. No sukritinas. Prabhupada is trying to make some sukritinas, some pious persons. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritina arjuna. Arto jigyasu artarti ganicha bharatarshava. But some people in this world, they're innocent or they have a sense of conscience. They're looking for being honest and truthful. They're sukritinas. And it is our business to avail this Krishna consciousness, this great knowledge, the great treasure of Bharatvarsha to the entire world, so that they themselves can become freed from this cycle of birth and death, right? That is our business. Preaching is, purity is the force, preaching is the essence, books are the basis, utility is the principle. The principle is, somehow or another, Prabhupada used to say, somehow or another distribute my books, somehow or another. So we invented many novel ways of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books in the West, where people are very materialistic. Srila Prabhupada, when he arrived at Boston Harbor, Commonwealth Harbor in Boston, how will these people, they're so covered by Rajagun and Tamagun, they're so covered, how could they understand this message of Vedavyas? But he prayed, he said, dear Krishna, you must have some purpose for bringing me all the way here, thousands and thousands of miles away from Vrindavan. And Srila Prabhupada accomplished the great miracle which we see today, that inhabitants of all various nations throughout the world are coming to Sridham Mayapur, coming to the place of Krishna's pastimes, Vrindavan, Mathura, and getting purified and receiving the mercy. Right here, Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nimai Pandit was dancing, doing mischief, and teasing the Mayavadis and the logicians. Navadvip was the center of intellectualism here in India. And Nimai Pandit would smash them. He would argue and defeat them, and then the argument he used to defeat him, he would argue against that and defeat that. Nimai Pandit was such a great scholar. He destroyed the Kashmir Pandit, Keshav Kashmiri, the great Pandit, could compose so many beautiful poetic verses about Mother Ganga in a moment, 100 verses. Gauranga Mahaprabhu destroyed his pride right here in this area, and was performing wonderful pastimes with his devotees. Srivas Thakur's house, so powerful. He's having nocturnal kirtan every night, spreading the mercy. And every town and village in this area, every village, Lord Chaitanya would go and Udilo Arana Purama Bhaje, Vijamani Gora Amani. The kartals were playing, the madanga was playing, and everyone that came in touch with Sri Panchatattva, they would be drowned in the ocean of love of God. And even those who didn't, had no qualifications, they were also drowned in the love of God. Lord Chaitanya, Krishna says, Namam Duskritina, he rejects these 4 types of materialistic people. But Lord Chaitanya gave to, even the atheists got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Even the big-time atheists, they got his mercy. Even Prakashananda Saraswati in Kashi, Varanasi. All 60,000 disciples, one shot, got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Pure love of God, go back home, back to Krishna. Very merciful, very merciful. So, devotees of the Lord, we take all risks our lives. Prabhupada once said, the news people, the news journalists was asking Srila Prabhupada, how have you convinced these young boys and girls, these young Americans, they're born in this country which has so much power and fame. He says, they've given their lives to me. He said, I haven't paid them. I haven't given them a penny, but they've given their lives to me. So that is Prabhupada's power and miracle and potency, that devotees are so inspired to throw themselves into this Sankirtan movement and do everything to help the souls. And by doing this, we help ourselves as well. Achar and prachar. Haridas Thakur was very exemplary. Even Maya Devi couldn't sway him from his 300,000. Can you imagine? Maya personified came and tried to entice Haridas Thakur to no avail, to no fruitless. Her efforts were fruitless. So she took Diksha from Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur also went door to door with Lord Nityananda in this area and took so many risks. We know that Jagai Madai tried to, he actually hit Lord Nityananda and blood was flowing. And so very demonic. They were rapists, murderers, but the holy name is so, Lord Nityananda is so kind. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda prevented Gauranga Mahaprabhu from cutting the head off of Jagai Madai. Sudarshan Chakra was coming. No, Kali Yuga. You can't do that in Kali Yuga. You're more merciful. So because of Kali Yuga, there's so much opposition to the spreading of the Krishna movement. Even during Lord Chaitanya's time, there's so much opposition to Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, what to speak of now. And it will go on like this. But Prabhupada said, Krishna will help you. You simply try and make a great effort with great determination, and Krishna will help and protect you, right? He will protect. Machita sarva durgani mat prasada tarishasi. He said, I will remove all obstacles if you become conscious of me. So thank you very much for your association. And if you have a comment or question, anyone? Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You gave a very nice class. Thank you very much, Varun.
Thank you.
I have 2 questions. It's a little personal. One is, what is your name, and are you initiated by Prabhupada?
Yeah, my name is Kripanidhi Das, and I was initiated by Srila Prabhupada many, many years ago when I was barely 20 years old. And I joined in Vancouver, Canada. I was initiated in Portland, Oregon in 1972. And the day I was initiated, devotees went out on Harinam Sankirtan, downtown Portland, and they were all arrested by the police. And so many of them missed getting initiated that day. Prabhupada was very annoyed. He was angry. He said, "Oh, these rascals, these are just religious boys. Why are they arresting?" And when they came in front of the judge, the police were really proud, you know. Usually Christians would phone the police. There's some crazy guys downtown wearing pink sheets, and they got some weird hair coming out of their head. They're chanting some crazy mantra. So when the judge looked at the police, he chastised them. He said, "Get them out of here. You guys, get out of here, wasting taxpayers' money. Get out of here." And he threw the police out. Because the American Constitution, freedom of religion, is the first amendment in the Constitution. America was founded on freedom of religion, freedom of expression. The Europeans fled Europe because of religious persecution. And so the Constitution, Benjamin Franklin and the founding fathers made a very strong constitution. Of course, now they say it's a land of freedom, so they all are free to go around killing people. And so many guns in America, so much crime. So it kind of backfired in a way. Anyway, that's my background. And most of my time I spent trying to spread Krishna consciousness in Canada and the US. And now I'm here in Mayapur Dham. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Who? Dinabhanu was important a little bit after that. He was in, I think he was in Denver. And the temple president was Dhanavir Maharaj. He was the president. He was actually a householder then. And we used to go for morning walks with Prabhupada. I mean, you know, Portland's not a super huge place, so. Oh. Yeah, I did LA airport for quite a long time. 75, 76. Prabhupada was so happy when he came to LA. It's just like so many books. Mula Prakriti, Gopa Vrindapal, Bopadev, all the devotees were going to airport. Rameshwar was the guy in charge. He was the guy, big BB.